What's going on, guys? My name's Hero and welcome to another video. I hope you enjoy, and without further ado, let's build a rocket ship. So of course the first thing to do is to pick a palette, and I think I want to go for like a really classic like white and red rocket ship. So let me pick some blocks. I think the different quartzes will be good. As for red, well, there's a bunch of white blocks in the game. Unfortunately, a lot of the red blocks are very desaturated. I love mangrove, okay? I just wish we had a saturated red log. So for that reason, I think that wool and concrete, maybe concrete powder, are kind of our best bets for red. They don't come in stairs or slabs though, which obviously sucks. Mojang, please add stairs, slabs, and walls for concrete. I'm begging you. We do also have the pale oak set for white as well. I'll consider that. And of course polished diorite. I think I want to include iron blocks in there somewhere because it'll make it feel more industrial, and I think that'll be a good vibe for it. Because I'm going for kind of cartoony but kind of realistic. I don't know, I guess I'll just build and see where it goes. There we go, there's some kind of palette. Now I'm not sure how big I want this to be, but I definitely want there to be room for an interior, so I think instead of starting from the bottom with the kind of fins, you know, I kind of have like that kind of plan going. I think I'm gonna start like more in the base of it so I can kind of have a good enough size to have a small interior. I think this will be a good size. Also, the reason I decided to do this little video series is because I want to get better at talking and building, and also like showing my process instead of just doing a time lapse and showing the result. This is gonna look kind of rough for a bit, but it's kind of one of those things where you just gotta trust the process. I'm just gonna like build it up and then kind of like round out it a bit. And now I'm just kind of rounding it out at the top and just kind of playing with what kind of shape I want here. This is generally how I kind of build like smooth shapes. Do we like this? I'm wondering if maybe we taper it off differently. Maybe we make it more of a sharper angle actually. Because it kind of just feels very rounded. So maybe instead of slabs we do something like maybe that. Hey, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. And then of course we'll knock out like those blocks there. And then have it filled from behind. These all these blocks look the same. You guys ever notice that? Like on the hotbar? There we go. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I think I want to taper it down at the bottom a little bit. So like something like that. I mean, we could do more of a subtle taper. And then fully remove the corner and then do the same thing here. There we go. Oh. Yeah. I think that just gives it some character. Rather than just being a giant soda can. Actually, no, if I was building a giant soda can, I'd do the same thing. So now, I don't know what height I kind of wanted at. I might make it taller or shorter. Also, for convenience, I do have the Axiom mod installed, and I will be using it, but I won't use the editor. So just the creative mode tools that are helpful. I do really like the editor. It's just that for the series, I want it to be more so just like, you know, just normal building with you guys, you know? Oh, it's starting to look like a bowling pin. I think at the bottom, after the taper out, I want it to like grow back out like a ring around it. Actually, I think I'm going to use concrete instead. There we go, that's looking pretty good. Okay, now let's work on the nose of the rocket so that way it stops looking like a bowling pin. Also, this corner right here is where I would put my quartz wall. If I had one! I promise this series isn't just going to be me complaining about what we don't have in Minecraft. I don't really have much options when it comes to smoothing this out, so maybe I really should switch to red nether bricks. I don't know, it's not really the vibe I want. It's too bricky. Okay, that looks terrible. I think I need to make it way smaller. Also, I think the rocket ship is like too tapered. Like, I think it needs, you know, it looks a little too rounded here. It needs to still be going in the up direction. I think that's much better. I think this looks better. It looks so bad. I'm gonna have to do a lot of building here to salvage this. But that's what this series is all about, showing the process, including the disasters that happen in the middle. I really need stairs and slabs for the nose. So anyways, as I was saying, I think red nether brick stuff perfectly fits the vibe for this build. This would have been so much easier if I just made it a little smaller. But I refuse. You know what? Might as well get a little mangrove in there too. I think that looks alright for one of the legs. Okay, it's definitely looking a lot better. Much less of nightmare fuel at least. Still not super happy with the shape, but I think it'll look much better when we add more details. Also, I realized if I'm gonna have a normal hatch entrance like this, then I probably should build one of those tower things for the astronauts to get in. So that's what I've kind of started to build here. It looks okay. I kind of want it to look kind of like a girder, I guess. So that's why I plan to have like zigzags going here. But yeah, that's the general idea. And also it'll connect to the actual tower here or here or something. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're making some progress. I don't know about this one. Okay, so I know it looks like I just got rid of everything. And I did, but any tunnel design I tried kept feeling like it was just too big and bulky and blocked too much of the ship. So I thought we'll go less realistic, more cartoony. We'll have like just a big stone scaffolding next to the spaceship. But I wanted to have this little staircase here so that way it's, you know, it gives it more room to breathe. You can actually see the side of the ship better. So yeah, something kind of like this is kind of what I'm imagining. Like a stone scaffolding tower kind of thing. I think I want a roof on it. I'm not sure. And then it's gonna have ladders, I guess. Not very accessible, but it makes it more compact. Also, with this being much smaller, it feels like the rocket ship is still the focal point of the build, whereas it kind of was becoming a small part if I kept going in the direction I was going. Yo, you know what would be really nice actually for this kind of build? Stone walls. If only. How did I mess this up? Oh well, that's what we have technology for. There we go. Actually, I just realized ladders are lame, so I'm gonna do multiple towers so we can have like a staircase going. It'll be awesome that way. And just like that, we have a staircase down. So you exit from the ship here or enter. You walk your way down and down the other tower, and then you're out. All right, I'd say we're ready to move on to the interior for now, at least. I'll likely come back to this and do some changes to this later on, but let's move on to the interior. Because right now, it looks like this. Luckily, we already kind of have a natural spacing for the different rooms or levels. So yeah, I will just start with that. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to settle with wood ladders because there's no iron ladders, unfortunately, or copper ladders, or even gold ladders. Okay, so I kept changing my mind about where the floor should go and like what size they should be and all that stuff, but I think I've got a good design going on here. So we come in here, this is the main floor where the entrance and exit is, and then to get up you have these ladders which will get you to this little intermediary room. I really like the iron trapdoors because it's like a catwalk and it's all metallic and it makes a nice fun sound when you run on it. And then this way we have the very top, and of course there's nothing in any of these rooms yet. And then down here we have a little ladder here, and then we have another catwalk. This is going to be like the storage area. What? Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be like the storage area. I'll think of something to do about that. And then down here is just gonna be the rest of the storage. I tried to avoid having just a single ladder going vertical around up the whole thing because, well, think of the traffic jams. But I think I did an okay job on that. Once again, iron ladders would look so good for this. Okay, I changed my mind again and lowered the floor by 1, so that way when I put decorations here, it's not going to block the windows. And also, we don't have to worry about this thing showing up on the floor below. That does mean I need to lower this floor by 1. There we go. Also, while we're here, we might as well change these to quartz pillars like I did for the upstairs. Sorry for the flashbangs. I just had a cool idea. You know what should go here? A captain's chair. There we go, that looks pretty good. But why is the captain staring at a wall, you ask? Well, obviously, because it's a map wall. A map of space. There we go, now this place feels a bit more claustrophobic. Okay, I've been a little busy. Let me show you what I've done. Firstly, we have a control panel kind of area up here. Oops. Yeah, lots of bits and bobs, just like stuff you'll need in space. And then down here we have all of the computers you'll ever need. There's no chairs because when you're in 0G, the chairs just fly around and get in the way. So also they're all touchscreen because the mice and keyboards all would get away for the same reason. Then we go down here, and I haven't done this part yet, but I have done the under storage, which looks pretty cool. It's a bunch of bits and bobs once again. Oh man, where did I put it? Oh, this place is always such a nightmare. Where did I? Oh, there it is, my favorite hopper. Now is probably as good a time as any to let you know that this is actually a series, and this is the first episode, I guess we'll call it. And the idea is that each time I do another video in this world, there'll just be more and more builds, and after we do a whole bunch, this world will be full of so many cool builds. Right now it's just this one. Also, the plan is to upload weekly. Not necessarily always this, but something weekly. So yeah, if that does interest you and you want to be notified, then there's a button for that down below. I decided this place would be perfect to store all of our fuel, which is of course great for the environment. Are you guys ready to see the final design? But first, do you think it's possible to put too many redstone torches in a build? Because I might be getting close to that limit. Ta-da! Here is the finished build. I went ahead and added a lot of details, including a bunch of redstone torches. Let's go through the changes together. Starting with, I changed the heights of the towers and adjusted the staircases a bit, and of course added lots of doodads on top, and down here as well, and here. Also, the towers have feet now. I don't think they did before. Also, this bridge is a bit further away, so that way it blocks even less of the view. And also, I decided to make the door go downwards instead of on the side. I think it's nice because it's symmetrical, and also because you get to walk on it. I think that's really cool. And it kind of like reaches out to the bridge and connects. As for the interior, just lots of doodads and bits and bobs and all that fun stuff. I think down here I only added 2 redstone torches and that's it. And no changes to the sub storage area down here. And the same can be said for the control panel room thingy. But the same cannot be said for the cockpit. Yeah. And the reason for that is because we now have a pilot. Or rather, we have a captain. Now for the outside of the actual rocket ship itself. I added a ton of bits and bobs everywhere. Buttons, iron bars, whatever this is. Redstone torches, of course. I don't even know what this is, but it looks great. And at least I think so. If you guys don't think it's great, that's okay. I mean, that's okay. I think it's cool. Anyways, and then more bits and bobs, and the top I added some nether brick texturing here, some iron bars, and redstone torches. And you may have already seen this big addition in some of the other shots. I added a thruster because it felt really weird not having it. And here's how it looks at nighttime. I think it looks great, honestly. Here's the thing. I could easily keep working on this for so long. I have so many more ideas and there's so much more I wanted to add to it. Like, for instance, I wanted to have paths going around it, and I also wanted to have like an actual proper like launch pad for it to rest on. Also, you know, making the legs look better because they look kind of weird now that I've added the thruster. I didn't reshape the legs properly, so they look a little weird. I don't know. There's so many things I can add, but if I keep working on it, you guys never get to see the video, and I never get to move on to the next build. So as difficult as it may be to move on from this build, we need to, and that means it's the end of the video. If you've watched all the way to the end, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But anyways guys, my name's Hero. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, there's a button for that down below. And if you really liked it, there's a button for that too. Goodbye!
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go.